and everyone else out there who may or may not be watching. This is My Brother's an Idiot. Yes, that podcast where we entertain the hell out of ourselves and try to take you along for the ride. Welcome. My name is Matt. I'm the king of the goons. Let me kick you around the rest of the squad. First, holding down the fort in Extreme Southern Command. He is the owner and proprietor of Knox Nostalgic Collectibles. Tank Knox, what's up, bro?
What's up? We got to add another title to that, apparently. I am the owner and proprietor of Frank the Tank's Cookie Bank now, apparently.
Frank the Tank's Cookie Bank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude.
Tell us about that.
Apparently, through word of mouth, it has been discovered by the general public that I am very good at baking cookies. So I've been baking a lot of cookies the last 2 weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can stand by his work. It's solid. It's solid.
Nice.
Yeah, he does these things called bomb
We're not supposed to
biggities.
hear from you yet.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I had a bid for that too. Oops.
Right. Yeah. Bloop, 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 bloop. All right. To share more information on Frank the Tank's Cookie Bank, the man we've named the podcast after, ChatGPT calls him the idiot and the dumb one. He is the one with the hair. He also would like to know where Santa Claus is in Mexico, apparently. I summon him. My brother, Goon.
Hold on, I got to put my mask on.
Uh-oh.
It's a tiny baby stormtrooper mask. Oh my god.
It's so twee. It fits right on the tip of my nose. Look at that.
Yeah, if you hold it there with two fingers.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Hey, bud. What's up?
So what I was saying about the cookies is Frank makes these things called Bob Diggity. Can you tell us about them, Frank?
Yeah, they're dark chocolate cookies with chocolate chips and caramel filling.
They're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The name adequately describes them.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. I love every bit of that. All right. And we are expecting at some point a live and in-person look at the shenanigans happening in Vegas. The dipshit, the emperor, the empress, and dipshit's mom are bumping around Vegas and will join us at some point. So we'll see how long that lasts, how long it takes them to get on, and how dark it is in Vegas right now. It's going to be a treat.
Is it ever really dark in Vegas?
It is when you're with our family. It gets that way fast.
It can get dark quick.
Different kind of dark.
This is the darkness. Yeah, this is the dusky darkness. Yeah,
the interior darkness.
The sun is going down. The sun is going down, big guy.
Yeah, that's real. But we'll see how that looks. It'll be a good time. Anyway, let's get right into it. We are going to do a fun little game. I plugged it in the agenda under a false flag, so these guys couldn't see what I was actually going to do. We are going to play.
Did you see my response to that comment, by the way?
I did. Yes, absolutely.
Fucker.
I did. We're going to play Name That Bowl Game. I am going to give you the sponsor of the bowl game, and you have to tell me which bowl game it is.
Is this all current?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. This
is the sponsor, and
some of them have changed names in the past.
The actual bowl game name.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the sponsor. You have to tell me which bowl game it is.
And so these are all real, right?
All real. 100%
and you're going to give
real.
us you're going to give us the teams and the location of the game afterwards?
Sure.
Did you have that info?
Shouldn't be that hard to get a hold of.
Yes, I do. On this particular list I have. Okay, I can give you, I'll give you sponsor, teams, and location.
So not only is this going to be fun and witty and bantering, but it's going to be fairly educational too. I'm excited.
Right?
Yeah, there's a lot of these I'm not going to know.
Me either. I'm fucking clueless.
I would have. I looked at some of these. I'm like, what the hell is that?
The one that was on today, I was like, what the fucking shit pile is this?
The one you're talking about currently?
No, it was either yesterday or today. It was on in the afternoon.
Right.
Gotcha.
I'm going to withhold the information just in case I have insider information on the shenanigans.
So we have San Antonio and Marshall currently tied in the second.
Okay. So selected at random, I just scrolled and stopped. Arkansas and Arkansas State are playing in. Oh, that doesn't even have a sponsor. Disregard. Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech and UCF are playing in a bowl game on the 22nd. It's in Tampa, and it's sponsored by Union Home Mortgage. Union Home Mortgage.
It's in Tampa, Florida?
It's in Tampa.
It's Union Home Mortgage Banana Bowl.
Tank, you got a guess?
God, I have no idea. I know it's not the Orange Bowl.
It is not the Orange Bowl.
It's not the Orange Bowl.
It's Friday.
But it's got to be something Florida related, I'm assuming.
It is, and in a funny way. And I know the story behind the name. I actually heard it on the radio the other day.
Oh, I literally have no idea.
It is the Bowl, Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl.
Oh, I forgot about the Gasparilla Bowl.
Yeah, the Gasparilla Bowl is named after and it's named after one of the last pirates who was based out of the Bay.
That's fantastic.
They actually had to use the U.S. military to rein him in because his era of terror went well into the 1800s.
How did they land a mortgage company for a sponsorship?
Yeah, I don't think they know what the Gasparilla is. So, and the guy's name was like Gaspo or something, and they just call it Gasparilla. It's awesome.
That's insane.
That's awesome.
Okay. Presented by GoBowling.com. This bowl is Virginia Tech and Tulane. It's in Annapolis, and it's going to be played on Wednesday, the 27th.
What's the sponsor again?
GoBowling.com. GoBowling.com.
Annapolis. It's the
that's the military bowl. That's where
it is the military.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Yeah, as soon as you said Annapolis, that was my thought.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Like Go Bowling, that's fantastic.
Go Bowling, right? That makes all the sense in the world.
That's
all right. Chick-fil-A presents this bowl. It is played on the 30th in Atlanta, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Penn State.
If it's the same one that they always do, I know it.
Well, fire away.
Peach Bowl.
It is the Peach Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, good okay.
Job.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. Toledo versus Wyoming in Tucson, Arizona. And this bowl is sponsored by Barstool Sports.
Oh, my God.
In where, Arizona?
Tucson.
Tucson. It's the Cactus Bowl.
It is not the Cactus Bowl. Tank, you got a guess?
I mean, no. It's in Arizona. Is it the Arizona Bowl?
It is the Arizona Bowl.
Oh, shit.
That was fired completely just because it was in Arizona.
You just went lowest common denominator on that.
Right? I did. That's all I did. I was like, oh, it's in Arizona.
This one I found funny. This is Iowa and Tennessee. It's in Orlando. It's on January 1st, so it's one of the New Year's Six. It's Cheez-It. The cracker is sponsoring this bowl.
Cheez-It has its own bowl now?
Cheez-It has a bowl.
Where is it?
It's in Orlando?
Orlando.
The Cheez-It Disney Bowl.
Tank, you got to guess. It is not the Disney Bowl.
Let's go with Florida Bowl.
Nope, it is the Citrus Bowl.
Why is
because when I think of citrus, I think Cheez-Its.
Why isn't it Tropicana?
I don't know. I think it was at one point, but who knows?
That's stupid.
That's another sponsor.
Oregon State and Notre Dame are playing on December 29th. That's a Friday. This bowl is in El Paso, and it is sponsored by Tony the Tiger.
Seriously?
The Tony the Tiger Texas Bowl.
It is not the Texas Bowl.
It's got to be another T, though. It has to be. Go with the alliteration.
This is the New Year's game?
No, it's December 29th.
Oh. And it's in El Paso?
Mm-hmm.
Can't be the Fiesta Bowl because that's the New Year's game. I have no goddamn clue.
Taco Bowl.
Texas Bowl.
It is the
That's what I
Sun
said.
Bowl.
Oh, Sun Bowl.
Sun Bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
My first guess was the Texas Bowl too.
Right?
Yeah, like that's the only thing I could think of. Sun Bowl.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
that makes sense.
Okay. You guys want to do a couple more?
Yeah,
Sure.
this is
Kind
fun.
of funny.
I'm bad
All right,
at it, but it's
By
fun.
the way, why does Barstool Sports get their own bowl?
I don't know, because Dave doesn't have enough to do with this time,
Yeah,
apparently.
right.
Right.
That
To
asshole
hell with
doesn't
it. Yeah, to
fucking
hell with that
Jesus
guy.
Christ.
Right. All right, here's a softball. James Madison versus Air Force. It's in Fort Worth, Texas. It's on December up on Saturday, and it's sponsored by Lockheed Martin.
Texas Bowl.
No,
Oh, it's Armed Forces.
the Armed Forces Bowl.
Yeah, it's Air Force.
I figured
Lockheed Martin
softball
Armed
go with
Forces Bowl. No, that makes sense.
in Texas again.
Only reason I know that is because they always have an Armed Forces team playing in it usually. So
Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I don't even know how to do this one. This one's
Oh,
awesome.
boy.
So this was last Saturday. UCLA and Boise State. UCLA won, by the way. It was on last Saturday, the 16th. It doesn't even say where it is. Oh, it's in Los Angeles. It's the Starco Brands Blank Bowl, hosted by Gronk.
okay, this is kind of cheating because I actually watched part of this game. So I'll let you go
ahead.
first.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's the LA Bowl.
It is the LA Bowl, hosted
Yeah.
by Gronk.
Yeah, I watched part of it. That's the only reason I know that. I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't
That
seen
guy
it.
is everywhere.
I know, it's so funny.
Oh man. And you know his family's right there with him.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
oh,
the,
yeah.
bro-
That meathead.
the
Brothers and the dad.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. This is one of the semifinal games. It's presented by Prudential. It's played in Pasadena, Alabama versus Michigan.
Rose Bowl.
The Rose Bowl. Presented by
Rose Bowl,
Prudential.
Pasadena. Yep.
Yep.
Huh.
What? Well, when did Prudential buy that? I guess.
I don't know.
After the War of the Roses.
Right. All right.
Which one?
This is Missouri versus Ohio State. It's in Arlington, Texas. It's coming up on Friday the 29th, and the sponsor is Goodyear.
Where is it?
Arlington, Texas.
I know this one.
And you have to name the entire thing.
Oh. Well, shit, if it's not what I think it is, then.
Go ahead.
Okay, it used to be called the Cotton Bowl. Is it not called the Cotton Bowl still?
There's another word.
Oh, okay.
You're 2/3 of the way there.
Cotton Bowl game?
Mark?
Texas Cotton Bowl.
It's the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic.
Oh,
Classic.
okay. Why did they add classic?
I don't know.
to
I don't
it?
know. All right, we'll do the last one. This has no bowl name. It only has a sponsor, so I'm not going to give you the sponsor.
Oh.
NC State versus Kansas State's coming up on Thursday, the 28th. It's in Orlando.
The Disney Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I would have said too.
All right, that would have been my guess too, but it could not be further.
the Universal Studios Bowl.
Nope, not even close.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. It's food.
Oh,
The
well,
Taco Bowl.
that narrows it down. The Del Taco Bowl.
It's not the Del Taco Bowl. That would be awesome, though. I'd watch the shit out of that.
Is it?
You guys ready?
Yeah.
It's the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fantastic.
shit.
That is awesome.
Kellogg's a big enough brand to do that, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
That's
I was hoping that there was going to be a Chiribundi whatever bowl this year, but there's not, because I always miss watching the Chiribundi bowl, that stupid drink that nobody knows what it is.
I'm kind of happy about the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, to be honest.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Tiger.
Tony the Tiger. Not even a brand, a fucking sponsor of a
Mascot,
brand.
yeah, that's fantastic.
The Starco Brands
And
LA Bowl hosted
The
by
weird
Gronk.
Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. which
Yeah,
makes
right.
Hosted by Gronk.
100% of sense. Yeah.
So good.
Hosted by
Right.
Gronk.
Jeez.
There you go. Name that bowl game. Well done, guys. We got
That
a
was
few.
fun. Yeah.
That was ridiculous. Some of those.
Tank, I don't think you were with us when we did this last time, but we called it real or fake, and I just made up bowl names. And some of them were just so ridiculous. You're like, what? That has to be real, or that had to be fake. And it was, I think we got about half of them right. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I can see
that was why that was why my first question was, these are all real, right?
These are all real. Yeah,
that was exactly why that,
I would make you guess a fake bowl.
Right? Yeah, you would.
No, I would not if I'm telling you guess that bowl. That doesn't make it any fun. I know you're not going to get it. I just pulled it out of the ether.
Could just be a fucking hilarious name. I don't know.
Right? The Goon Bowl.
The Goon Bowl.
Watch that too.
Is that one we're sponsoring?
My Brother's an Idiot Goon Bowl played at Echo Park Stadium in Douglas County.
Hosted by the Muti.
Hosted by the Muti. We hope to see Muti soon. All right, let's move on to actual sports stuff. And Denver Broncos had a rough weekend here, fellas.
I'm a poke. I'm a poke. These guys.
Everything went wrong, Tank. Then not only did they lose, but everyone they needed to lose won.
Yeah, that was not a good game. That defense looked confused, and that offense looked even more incompetent somehow.
Mark?
Yeah, it was
head shake.
That is the first half of that game was one of the hardest we've had to watch all year. I think of this and I think of the Miami game. It was awful. I'm not sure what the hell happened at the end of the first half, but that whole scenario with, there's 2 touchdowns and they don't challenge either one. And then they go for it on 4th down, don't get it. And Sean Payton is jumping down Russell's neck and nobody knows why, but I'm assuming it's all over, not running the time down more so they could look at the play. But if you're that concerned about it, just throw the fucking challenge flag and get it out of your fucking pocket. He didn't confirm anything. He just said that it's nobody's business.
No. I know. No, I had heard the theory that there wasn't enough time, and I actually went back and looked at the sequence. The first time there was a potential to challenge, they actually had to reset the ball and restart the clock.
Yeah.
So there was plenty of time there. And the second time on a 40-second clock, they hiked it at 17 seconds.
Yeah, they still had 14 or 15 seconds on the play clock on the second one. And
right.
So I think
but there's still plenty. I mean, after resetting the clock, there's still plenty of time to actually look at it. So maybe they didn't have the right angle. Who knows?
Right.
But I had this conversation with a friend of mine
that, he wanted that extra 15 seconds to talk about the play before they
it's a theory.
Yeah, it's one of the theories. Yeah,
it's a theory. Yeah, there's a theory about that. There's a theory that Russ checked out of a play sometime down the line. Russ may have said something about challenging it, and Sean went off on him. Whatever. I'm less concerned about that part because hard coaching happens on every sideline.
But it was just a poorly managed series in general.
Yeah. Well, and they scored 3 times. And one of them called back by a phantom offsides call.
Yeah,
that one still.
The refereeing was awful in this game. Absolutely awful in this game.
Oh, it just sucks.
Right.
I think only the first one was a touchdown. I think the McLaughlin catch was a touchdown. Javante's knee hit the ground before he hit the line.
It was more of a touchdown than that one I saw last night where the guy's Jalen Hurts touchdown where he was down fucking 2 yards prior.
Miner's head went past the ball right before the snap. That's all.
But either way, you got to get another.
They called it lined up offside.
Well, I understand that.
Yeah. They called it lined up offside. But, so if his head moves, that's false start. That's not what they called.
No, but
they
called
offside.
Yeah, they called offsides.
He was not lined up offsides. His head.
I agree that the call was wrong, but technically a penalty did occur, even though the call was wrong. Because, his head actually moved past the ball right before the snap.
We will agree to disagree.
The refereeing was overall, it was really piss poor.
The
in that
refereeing
game.
wasn't good.
It was awful.
Yeah, it was
and several, and you saw it on Twitter where Kareem went after a couple of these guys. If you guys, I don't know if you caught that, Matt, where Kareem Jackson is going, "Are you fucking kidding me? Here's a helmet to helmet right here that didn't get called." And it was an actual helmet to helmet. And that happened 3 or 4 times in this game. It was definitely some home team reffing. I'm not going to say that was the end all be all, and the refs don't win or lose a game. They played an awful football game, and defensively, this might be worse than the Miami game defensively. Because it's against Jared Goff,
who is a solid quarterback with some weapons around him. And it's a team that hasn't been playing well, I think, is the major point. And they kind of got right against Denver, but it's still a division leading team that is a pretty talented football team.
Either way, they took a game off.
The only
it was bad.
I would kind of agree with you. And the only reason I say that is because we thought we had the scheme fixed. So this wasn't a scheme issue. This was just not doing a good job defensively. Like, it wasn't a scheme.
They did not play well.
It was just
and complementary football. The offense couldn't stay on the field, so the defense then got tired in the second half, and that was obvious. The number of missed tackles. I mean, these guys are gassed on the field, and the depth isn't great, as we've said all year long.
Right.
There's very little depth on that team, unfortunately.
And it wasn't as good as it was the week before because you're missing Benito was out. There was somebody else that got dinged up in that game. I forgot who it was, but it didn't get better as the game progressed either.
God save me, in my lifetime, I will see a Denver defense that can defend a tight end. It'll happen at some point. It hasn't happened in the last 20 years. But at some point, it'll be able to happen that they'll be able to defend a tight end.
That seemingly has been our Achilles heel, no matter who's running the defense.
That has been a problem since the last Super Bowls.
Like
the first
since
2.
before that.
Well, it makes you wonder, what is the actual issue? Is it just not being able to cover the seam at all? Is it not bracketing the middle of the field enough? Is it,
It's just, I don't know if it's systemic, so more of like just a curse. I think that there's just a portion of that field that just follows around and like just the ball floats in there and the tight end goes for 200 yards.
Right.
So
this issue has been plaguing 15 different defensive coordinators in the last 20 years. So it's not like no one's tried.
For all that shit he talked.
Are you saying it's the curse of Shannon Sharp?
Yeah, for all the shit he talked.
I can go with that. I will actually stand
for all the
by
teams he embarrassed for 10 years.
Every time the Broncos defense gives up 100 or more yards, it goes to the curse of fucking Shannon Sharp.
We're still paying off the karmic debt of Shannon Sharp.
That's going to take a bit.
Yeah, right. As good as he was.
He ran his mouth so hard.
Funny as he
constantly.
is.
Call in the National Guard.
We are killing the Patriots. All right, let's get off that game and look ahead. The playoffs outlook isn't great here, fellas. You've got Cleveland at 9-5.
Refer to Appendix A. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
so scroll down. Hold on. I laid it all out there for you.
I loved it.
All right there for you.
For those of you who don't watch, I look at the thing about an hour before we jump on. And I read that and I was like, oh, fucking sweet. There's an appendix here. This is fucking brilliant. You're right. So I was giving you some credit before.
Right.
So scroll down, find appendix. Sorry. Back to character.
Right.
Here we go.
Right.
All right.
So
looking at
they're a game really back of Cincinnati and Indy and Houston, really 2 games back behind Houston because of the tiebreak. Cleveland 9-5, so the 2 games back from Cleveland, and that is 2 games back because they do own the tiebreak with Cleveland. Now they're a game behind Buffalo, which is a true 1 game because they do own that tiebreak as well. And then you've got Pittsburgh at 7-7. But the nice thing is here, fellas, that not all of these teams have super easy schedules coming up. I really look at Cincinnati as being a team that could drop 2 out of the 3 games. I mean, they're at Pittsburgh, they're at Kansas City, and then they have Cleveland coming in. They could very easily lose 2 of those games.
Well, yeah, and Pittsburgh is a team that has not quit either. So Kansas City's got to get right, and Cleveland just keeps finding ways of winning. And they've got to win a couple games, right, to stay in the hunt. So Cincinnati is very on the docket here. I don't know if you guys were paying attention to the Manning cast last night, but Peyton Manning called that it will be Denver and it will be Indianapolis in the wild card.
Is that Cleveland at the first spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's 3, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, I don't think Pittsburgh, and this is all assuming that Denver wins out, right? We have to put that
They
out
have
there
to win.
first and foremost.
They have to win
out.
every game.
You've got New England this week. They got the Chargers the week after, and then they travel to Las Vegas. And Buffalo, if Denver wins out again, Buffalo does have a really tough game at Miami at the end of the year. That could also be an important game for Miami, depending on what the Ravens do. That could be first place and that bye week up for grabs. So that is also a very losable game for Buffalo. There's definitely a path here, guys, but they do need some help.
Well, and also don't count out the Patriots in a divisional game. I know they're a shit team, but that is the divisional game. And we've seen some fucking upending in divisional games, especially in the last couple of weeks.
Right. And Buffalo has shit the bed in Buffalo this year. It could very well happen again because that game is in Buffalo.
Right.
Houston's got a little bit easier. I mean, they've got Cleveland and
hey, Matt.
Nashville. That should be Tennessee. Yes.
Yeah. That's what I was going to call you out on.
Yeah. Nashville. And then they travel to
Nashville.
Indy. So that's also that's a divisional game on the road. So there's definitely things that could happen here. I don't like Cleveland. There's an outside shot they could catch Cleveland. I mean, they're still only 2 games back, where they're at Houston and they've got the Jets at home, and then they're at Cincinnati. They need to lose 2 of them, not lose 1 of them. But there's help. There's help, but who knows? Guys, what do you think?
I think Peyton Manning's right, and we see Indianapolis versus Denver wild card weekend.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
That'd
be a fun game too.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I think that Pittsburgh's dead in the water at this point. I think Houston overtakes Jacksonville, and Jacksonville ends up falling out at this point. Their offense is miserable to watch.
Well, and
it's turned into
possible,
a pile of shit.
But CJ's probably going to be out this week again, was the report that came out today. I do not trust Case Keenum as far as I can throw him. You know, you get that 1 game flash. Oh,
You are
looks
in.
like we've got people.
Hey,
You guys are
man.
in. Wait,
You're in.
what?
Hey, man.
Meh.
Hey,
Hey, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, I give you
I need to clip
Dipshit
that.
and Muty playing the role of the voices of God. Welcome. you two.
Somebody time mark that for me. 27 minutes and 45 seconds. I need to get that fucking.
Hey, man.
What's up? How's
Give a
Vegas?
little emphasis on it.
How's Vegas?
It is Vegas. It's fun. We just got finished with a real nice all-you-can-stand sushi dinner.
Nice.
Did you guys go to Yama?
We did. And I think the favorite part was either the raw fish, the raw salmon, in fact, or the fried crab.
Soft
that sounds
shelled?
delicious.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
top show.
I got you, Milty. I got your back up, bud.
We had, I think, it would have been like 6 or 8 orders of the sushi sashimi or the salmon sashimi.
Holy
Nice.
shit.
That's a lot.
That sounds awesome.
There was 4 of us, but
But still. That
We
is
fucking-
A plate. That's a plate per.
yeah.
And there wasn't a speck of food left over.
Hell
bet
yeah. That's
not.
what I like to hear.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Was it a sake night or an Asahi night, Milty?
Well, yes, it was an Asahi night for me. A sake night for the 3 ladies.
Okay, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
How's
the
the
last thing.
how's the
Go
matriarch
ahead.
doing?
Oh, she's doing fine. We just got a text just before we jumped on here. We got a Discord that Nana was in a bonus.
Gotta watch what he says. That's funny.
Kitty glitter. Yeah, well, I usually say different, but
Yeah.
You can call it. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
fine. That one we can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
She got the boner.
Yeah,
she got the boner.
Yeah, we're good with that.
We haven't heard the result of it yet, but
Okay. So are we up or down so far?
I'm maybe a couple of hundred up.
Okay.
All right.
I hit a we played a buffalo machine, an inset buffalo machine at a bar, and I pulled about 300 out of it, maybe 4. And then a buffalo gold, I think I got about 150 out of it. But you play and you lose some money, and not a couple of hundred up. How about you, Kaylers?
I think I'm just about even after that $80 hit.
Oh yeah.
I guess technically I'm $10 down because we were playing video poker before we made it up to the room, and I nursed a $10 bill while waiting
I've
for
done
our
that
drinks.
before. I've
Yeah.
absolutely done that before.
Yeah, quarter a pop.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's the way to do it. Well, before we get into other stuff in the NFL, Milty, would you care to react to the Broncos weekend?
Not really. The game sucked. They couldn't put enough offense together. They had no defense. I don't understand how they can go from like super people to nobody from one game to the next. It's a crazy game. I really expected the Broncos to be competitive against the Lions, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly, I think, what we're all thinking.
Yeah.
It was garbage all the way around, both what in that game and all the other games we needed to happen and fall our way too. So
Yeah,
that's the way it goes.
Milty and Michaela, we have established a new protocol on this show that dates back to the time of Shannon Sharp and his shit talking. We are calling it the curse of Shannon Sharp, and it is the fact that the Broncos cannot stop tight ends.
well,
And we're
you had
paying a
crap.
penance.
And Kansas City's had a couple of really good ones the last 15 years, right?
Mhm.
25 years.
Yeah.
But it does seem like forever. But you're probably right. They don't seem to be able to figure out how to get that part of it done, whether they need to put a linebacker and a safety on these guys that are really good or what. I don't know. But it's something's missing in the game plan. It's always been that way.
Yep.
Ever
That's
since Shannon Sharp tried to call the National Guard.
Oh, yeah. We're killing the Patriots.
Yep. Still paying off that karmic debt. All right, let's move on to other news. And based on the game we saw last night, it looks like here, Mark, starting with you, that the Eagles are in a tough spot.
Oh goodness, what happened last night? That game was interesting to say the least. We turned it on just because we wanted something kind of on in the background that we could just kind of do other things to. So we just turned on the Manning cast, which was wildly entertaining, with the exception of Case Keenum, who was extraordinarily boring. And oh my God, he was awful to listen to. He's saying things on air like that. They're asking, hey, on this play, do you think that, it's like a 1st and goal from the 7? He was like, do they run it in? The Eagles, do they run it in or do they throw it in? And Case Keenum says, I'm a quarterback. And then he says, I'm a quarterback. And then he says, I think they should throw it because I'm a quarterback.
Oh, God.
He's talking to Peyton Manning and Eli Manning. I think that they know he's a quarterback, but those two guys are 5 times each the quarterback to Case Keenum. It was awful. Anyways, the game was interesting. I thought at first that Philadelphia was going to run away with it. They marched right down the field, get 7-0. Defense is firing on all cylinders, and then they slowly just kind of fell apart. The defense just couldn't stop them between the 20s. And Drew Lock had the game of his life. It was crazy, and it was all mostly in the second half for Seattle. But Drew Lock looked amazing in that fourth quarter. Holy crap! Where were you? 3 years ago, Drew Lock? Fucking
Tank?
asshole.
Yeah, what did it was the defense for the Eagles just could not slow down the Seahawks somehow. I don't know. They're not overpowering offense, but they could not slow them down at all.
Which is really weird because Drew Lock could not get the ball to his best player. He got it everywhere else, but could not find DK.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I mean, DK did okay, but they were having great success on the ground.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker had himself a pretty good day.
Kenneth Walker was the best player on the field on either side.
That's probably accurate for yesterday.
He was an absolute monster. And then to win the game the way that they did, Milty, with 30 seconds left and getting the prototypical Drew Lock celebration at the end when he does the thing. Milty, did you watch it? What do you think?
I just think that it goes the way the NFL has been this year. They're totally unpredictable. The Lions were great for a while, and all of a sudden, before they get to the Broncos, they're 1-2. The Broncos are 6-1, and then didn't play. The NFL is just a mess, and the NFL probably loves it because it's parity in the making, right?
That's what they've set this thing up for 30 years.
Yeah, you know who really loves it?
The networks.
Vegas.
Where you're sitting.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and I was going to tell you about this. The last time we were here, which was pre-football season, I made a $20 bet on the Colorado Buffaloes to win over 3.5 games. Well, shit, I'm jumping for joy when they're 4-1, but then they went, 0-6 after that? 0-8?
Yeah, but they still hit the over.
Yeah, I mean, just. So then I did the same bet for the Broncos over 8.5, and then they are going 1-5, right? So I'm ready to burn that ticket. But now here they are 7-7. I get 3 games to win 2.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, Milty.
Yeah, me too.
It's my current and only open wager at this moment.
Yep. Because the CU bet paid already. So
yeah, I'm going to cash that sucker in tomorrow too.
Right.
2 of the next 3, boys. At least 2 of the next 3.
Right. Now it looks like the Eagles could get right over the next 3 games. They get the Giants twice in a scheduling quirk in Arizona. They do get Arizona at home. Could get better for them, but they got to play better, Mark.
Yeah, and there's the Giants, and they have Dable and Danny DeVito.
Tommy Cutlets.
Whose agent looks like Tommy Cutlet's agent.
Right. He's the most Italian thing I've ever seen.
Apparently the night that he went on TV, he was dressed like that because he actually went to an award ceremony where he actually got inducted into the Italian Americans New Yorkers Hall of Fame or something like that. So he went from that to the game.
So he was representing in more than one way.
Yes.
Tank, you're the New York Giants expert on the panel. They get to play the Eagles twice. Do the Eagles get right?
I think so, but I weirdly think the Giants steal one just because. And it really is coming down to the wire on who's going to win that division. It could be Dallas.
It could be.
They could win that because, well, after this weekend, I don't know if either of them deserve it. But, yeah, I think the Giants steal one, but I think the Philly ends up getting the other 2 games. So, yeah.
Got it. All right, let's move on to some other stuff. The Steelers defensive player DeMonte Kazee suspended for the rest of the season for his hit on Michael Pittman Jr.
Carry on.
He absolutely obliterated that guy. Tank, interesting to see someone else get the deke for a hit like that.
Not just a deke, but even if they somehow squeeze into the postseason, he's also suspended for that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck!
Okay. Say To the letter of the rule, technically it was an illegal hit. But the way they say that he should have avoided it makes zero damn sense.
He can't leave with his head, though.
No,
The
but
man
he
is
didn't.
flying through the air.
He didn't launch. He didn't. He did lead with his head, but he didn't actually make contact with his head. It is all shoulder. He just
I'll tell
catches
you
him
what.
right in the chin.
Football
No,
player
you can't
knows
do that.
somebody's.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Football player knows somebody's flying at me head first. I'm ducking. Like,
Well, he did. That's part of the problem. That's
He-
part of the problem is that he slid down, and as he slid down, KZ went up and just jaw jacked the shit
Jesus
out of him.
Christ, that was awful to watch.
Yeah.
So technically, yes, it was an illegal hit, and it looked super vicious, and but I don't think he should have been suspended for the rest of the season. That seems a little bit. I don't think that was flagrant, and no, I don't think he was trying to hit him the way that he hit him. I think that was actually Minshew's fault for leading a pass directly into the safety. If you want to save Pittman on that, lead him to a sideline. You don't lead him up the field into the safety coming downhill.
Mark, what do you think?
Gardner Minshew is trash sometimes, but also that hit was really vicious. Like I see what you're saying that he's trying to, but he could have done a better job, like moving from side to side or something instead of just like bracing for impact like he was taking him out. I don't know. Like there must be something else to this though, right? Like maybe he had something else happen in a previous game where there was some history with this to get him out for the rest of the year. I guess it's not long though, because Kareem got 4 games the first time
And reduced to 2, and then 4
Reduced
games
to
the
2.
second time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is basically a 3-game suspension, not including the playoffs. So maybe it's a 4-game suspension. Is he appealing? Do we know this?
I think he's trying to, but basically the way, based on the letter that they kind of released, Runyon said it was flagrant and that he did not at any point try to avoid the contact.
Right. And that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me.
Well, it's
and
kind of hard to
Milty,
avoid contact when you're supposed to be making a tackle, but yeah.
Right. But they're
there's a
shortening and they're taking the area that you can actually make contact with and making it smaller all the time. Milty, this is the kind of thing they're trying to get out of football. Did you see the hit? What'd you think?
I don't think it was a hit. I think it was an assault.
God, I missed you on this podcast.
Hanging on every word, Milty. Hanging on every word.
Michaela, you got any thoughts?
No, I mean he killed that guy. Like
You got it from Las Vegas, baby.
Right? Live and in charge from
Need
Las
another
Vegas.
timestamp, 43:40.
43:05-ish. After I take out pauses, it'll probably be 42. All right, that's enough of that. Let's move on to some fun stuff. Mark, I don't know how you want to play this or not, but it's time for your favorite bit and mine. Pew, pew, pick 'em.
Welcome into Pew Pew Pick'em, where we pick games real fast and they make lots of cash or not because we're really good. Do except this week. All right, let's keep going. So basically, Milty, in this segment, I don't think you've been on for this one before. Were you on the last one when you guys were there?
Nope.
This is a new segment for you. Okay, so we are picking the games for my store's confidence pools. We go game by game. I give you the Vegas line as it was on MGM Grand BetMGM.com this morning. I also give you the location of the game. So I'll give you both team names, the location, and the spread. Everybody picks the games. I give you 8 seconds to give your opinion of the game. Most of the time, we have a Tank and Matt and then we go to 50-50 balls go anywhere else. When Michaela joins us, I like to get her commentary, and then she decides ties. I'm going to go with those rules again, but I want Michaela's commentary, and if there's are any ties, Milty, the progenitor, will be the deciding factor. So Tank, Ho-Ho Hitman, and Milty, the deciding factor, with bonus commentary from Dipshit. Are you guys ready for Pew Pew Pick'em?
How did we do last week?
Oh, yeah, let's talk about last week. So we got 100, we got 96 points last week, which
That's
was
still
not
pretty
bad.
good.
Yeah, not bad.
How many
However,
hats?
the winner got 109, and there were 7 other people that we gave out.
Wow, we gave away 7?
Yeah,
Ouch.
7. 7 was the total.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
more than like 4 or 5 weeks previous.
Right.
How did the tie games go?
Tie games were 1-1. We only had 2 ties, and so one went Frank's way and one went King Goon's way. I don't have the sheet in front of me to tell you which
Oh, we
one
had
went which
3.
way. I don't remember a third, but there might have been.
That
I'll look
doesn't-
at the sheet again tomorrow. But the
Get
important
carried.
part is, Frank, you didn't lose all the ties, so I call that a win in my book. You did win 2 weeks in a row, so that's good news too. So let's start. This game is a game for their NFC West supremacy, or just not to try to kill us by boring us to death. It is the New Orleans Saints going out to Los Angeles via St. Louis to face the Rams in the house that Kroenke built. The Rams are currently favored by 4 in this one. Frank, what do you think?
Yeah, the Saints are falling apart, and the Rams seem to be finding their zone. So I got that. The Rams.
Matt?
Kyron Williams is an absolute stud. Go Rams.
Michaela?
Fuck the sexy sack Saints. Go Rams.
Milty?
You know what? I'm going to make it unanimous, guys.
All right,
Rams.
perfect. Rams it is. Next game on the docket is an Big Ten North showdown. The Bengals from Cincinnati are going on the road to Steeltown to face Michaela's favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Bengals are currently favored by 2 on the road in this one. Matt, what do you think?
The Steelers just named Mason Rudolph as their starter. Fuck them. Go Bengals.
Frank?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, the Steelers seem dead at this point. Bengals win.
Michaela?
Fuck yeah, kitty cats. Boo Steelers.
Milty?
Yeah, the Bengals are strong. The Steelers suck.
Okay. Speaking of being strong and
Somehow
another team.
missing Kenny Pickett.
Speaking of one team being strong and another team sucking, the resurgent Bills are going on the road, and it won't be a road game because they're playing the Chargers in Los Angeles. And man, these Chargers are just dead, aren't they? Literally dead. The current spread for this one, guys, is Buffalo by 12 on the road. Frank, what do you think?
If Herbert was playing, I say this is the winner for the Chargers, but since he's still out, Bills by 2 touchdowns.
Okay, Matt?
Easton Stick negates the usual bounce of a fired head coach. Bills all the way.
Yep.
And they cover.
Michaela?
Easton Chick would be better if he was replaced by Sherwood Stick. Go Bills.
What does that
Milty?
even mean?
Yeah, hold on a second. Go back. Let's talk about that for a second.
Easton's a hockey brand. They make hockey sticks.
Right.
So it's Sherwood.
Oh, okay.
Sherwood is
okay.
also a hockey brand.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you
I
for
didn't know
explaining.
Sherwood.
Got
Okay.
it.
There we go. Milty.
Chargers are one of 2 teams in the NFL that play 17 road games. Bills.
That's the joke I always go with too.
He ain't lying.
Okay, guys, the Lions, who are back in the win column after last week, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. The Lions are going on the road to Minnesota and taking on those dreadful, dreadful Vikings on the road. Lions currently favored by 3 in this one. Frank, what do you think?
I mean, it has to be the Lions. It looks like their offense is finally getting back in track.
Matt?
Yeah, you can't not pick the Lions here. Who the hell's playing quarterback in Minnesota now?
I don't know. Michaela?
Mullins.
Oh, it is Nick
Oh, it is
Mullins.
Nick Mullins.
Yeah,
Michaela.
fuck them.
The Vikings are bad. Okay.
Okay. Milty, is this another unanimous?
Yeah, this one's got to be unanimous after the Lions the way they showed up last week. So
Okay, well, fuck you guys. A suddenly very important game where the Cleveland Browns, fuck the Browns, who don't have a quarterback, even if he's not a fucking asshole, are going to Houston, where I think both of these franchises could just fall in the water and make everybody happy for morality's sake. The Texans are currently favored by 1 in Houston, or 1.5 in Houston. Matt, what do you think about this one?
I don't know if Houston can do it, especially if CJ Stroud doesn't play. I'm going to go with Cleveland.
Frank?
I think the Browns are too ineffective, and I think the Texans surprise them.
Michaela?
My commentary is that I agree with Mark. Both teams in River to the sea. Goodbye.
One team is paying for the fucking serial rapist. The other team paid for all of his serial raping. They can both fuck themselves. Milty, can you decide this tie for me?
yeah, Browns defense is too good. Cleveland.
Okay. We have that. That is actually the first game that we have picked against the spread as well. So there we go. Breaking all kinds of things with that one. Next game, let's talk about the Green Bay Packers and how you
I don't
guys
think
have
we're allowed
picked-
to anymore, are we?
I'm not picking them anymore. Where's your wife?
She's blaming you guys. She's saying it's your fault for picking
She
them.
gave
so
us
she
the
wants you to
ration
stop
of
picking
shit.
them.
That's the last time you pick against my team. Bap, 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 bap. And then they go and shit the bed 2 weeks in a row. I'm done.
Well, point being, she thinks it's your fault that they're losing now because you guys are picking with them. But anyways, they are going to Carolina.
God.
Where the Panthers are not very good, but they won a football game, didn't they? Packers on the road are favored by 4.5. Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, shit. I want to not pick them, but I have to. It's the Packers.
Frank, are you going back on your word as well?
Oh God. The Packers need to fire Joe Barry, but I think they win this game because the Panthers are just too awful.
I'm never picking them again.
I don't want to pick them.
I had to. It's too easy. It's low hanging fruit. Michaela? Oh,
Just-
wait. Here we go.
Just because they were a jinx last week doesn't mean you guys shouldn't think they're going to win.
They picked again. They picked them again this week.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Okay. There you go. We'll see what happens is the official commentary from the show's Packers fan. Michaela, what do you think about this one?
The Panthers are literal ass.
Why did that just bring up an image in my head that I don't want to see? I'm just thinking about that Frank skit where he's talking about the elephant's butt while it's walking backwards like it's another animal. Milty, what do you think about this one?
I'm in Vegas, and it's a game I wouldn't bet on, but I'd take the Packers.
Okay. Next game on the docket is a game I'm not watching. It is going to be a really bad game. It is the Indianapolis Colts and a team we really need to beat them, the Atlanta Falcons. They are in Atlanta for this one. The Falcons are favored by 1 currently, according to Vegas. Who have I started with the past few times? Let's go Frank this time.
Atlanta needs to fire Arthur Smith, but I think they win this game because Michael Pittman is too big of a part of their Colts offense.
Matt?
Yeah, I don't see any way that the Falcons lose this game. No weather. They'll score more than 7 points.
Michaela?
Go Birds. Caca!
Milty.
I'm going against the grain, taking the Colts.
Milty.
I
course you
don't
would.
want it that way, but that's the way I see it.
Milty. Boo Milty. Just kidding. We never boo Milty. Next game on the docket is another bird game. The Sea Chickens are flying out of their roost where they are high on their hopes and off of a short week going into what do you call it, Matt? Nash Vegas. Is that what
Nash
it is?
Vegas. Yep, we're going to Nash Vegas.
They're gonna be in that fucking place, and they're taking on the Titans. Seahawks are favored by 2.5 points currently, according to Vegas in this one. Frank, what do you think?
I think this game sucks, but I'm going to pick the Seahawks.
Matt?
Just for the meme, Drew Lock gets drunk at Kid Rock's bar, has a hangover, and plays like shit. Go Titans.
Holy shit. Okay, there we go. Michaela, what do you think?
My only comment has nothing to do with this game, but with Joe Buck being the ultimate Drew Lock hater on the planet Earth.
Oh my god, that was good though.
Right?
That was so funny. Milty, decide this one for me.
I think maybe the second half of the last game, Drew Lock probably found his way. Seahawks.
So Milty is picking 2 road teams to break ties, and he is not. He's picked each of you once. So we've got one Frank pick and one King Goon pick, but both road teams. Interesting. Next game on the docket is not interesting at all, boys. This is going to be held in New Jersey, where there's a lot of trash going on there, but it's in New Jersey and it features the Jets. I don't know what to say about this except don't turn it on. But they are playing the Washington Commanders, and that gets me to say my favorite team name on the docket, which is Washington. Matt, what do you think?
Whoever is playing quarterback for the Jets is trash. Go Washington.
Washington. Frank?
Washington's defense is terrible, so I think the Jets pull this out.
Okay. Michaela?
I just saw today that they will not be weekend at burning fucking Aaron Rodgers' corpse because he said he's not playing this season officially. So they're gonna have to find some other fucking dead guy to resuscitate for the day.
Okay. Was there a pick in there or no?
No, this game is terrible. I refuse to justify it.
Okay, fair enough. Milty, decide this one for me.
Okay, so it's shit team against shittier team. You guys have to decide which is which. But I'm going to take the Jets.
Okay. That's his first home team. He just said, fuck you, motherfucker. You can't tell me what to do. Speaking of shit pile games, let's talk about a game that's taking a place in the wonderful, wonderful state of Florida. The Jacksonville Jaguars are not traveling far to Tampa Bay, but they are taking on the Buccaneers. They are favored by the Buccaneers, I should say, are favored by 1 at home in this one. I know what Matt's going to say, so I'm going to hold on to that one for just a second because I want to hear what Frank's actual commentary is. Go.
Following his first ever perfect game by a quarterback on Lambeau Field, I think the Buccaneers win this.
Matt?
Baker Mayfield is trash. Go Bucks.
I love that.
That's so good, Michaela.
May Florida destroy itself in the ensuing chaos. Go Bucks.
There we go. Milty?
I take the Jerksonville Jaguars.
The Jerksonville Jaguars. Milty going against the grain again. Next game is a game that none of us should watch also. Would you shut up? What is your issue? What? I don't know what the dog is on about. Anyways.
She's picking one of the teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently she was not happy with the Buccaneers call.
How many syllables was that?
Yeah, that was she says Baker Mayfield is trash and we should have picked the Jaguars. But this game is going to be about the Arizona Cardinals, who used to be the Chicago Cardinals. And this game is in Chicago and it's against the Bears. Both of these teams are hot garbage, but according to Vegas, one of them is going to score at least 5 points because this spread is 4.5 in favor of the home team at this point. Matt, what do you think?
I don't trust Kyler Murray about as far as I can throw him. I don't trust the other guy either, but it's going to be the Bears.
Frank?
I'll take tall Kyler Murray for the win.
Tall Kyler Murray, that's so good. Stilty Murray. Michaela, defend the wee one. Or don't. I don't care.
Matt saying that he has only trust Kyler Murray as far as he can throw them is pretty funny because I'm pretty sure he can throw him pretty far.
I mean, he's still an
Again,
adult
was there a
human,
kick
so
in there?
maybe 5
I like
yards.
birds.
I like birds.
Milty?
Bears, Justin Fields will get it done.
Okay. We like birds. This is actually a pretty good game, guys, this next one. So the Cowboys are rustling up their rodeo and heading on down to Miami, where they're welcoming in Mike McDaniels and the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are at home favored by 1.5 points in this one. That's a close spread. Both teams are doing well. You know, the Dolphins had a little bit of a scuffle last week, but they are ready to go, I think. What a game. What do you think, Matt?
Fuck the Cowboys. Go Fins.
Okay, Frank?
I think the Cowboys' terrible run defense is about to run into a chainsaw. Go Dolphins.
All right, Michaela.
Whatever his name, McDaniel is still the best coach in the NFL.
100% agree. 100% agree. That guy could have been here. Milty?
Probably the game of the week. Dolphins.
There's another one on here that's actually the game of the week. This is a really good game, but there's another one coming up that is absolutely the game of the week. The next one is not that one. The next one is going to be here in Denver, and it is the New England Patriots against the Denver Broncos. The current line is the Broncos are favored by 6.5, which means the Broncos have to score at least 7 points. I don't know. Frank, go first.
The Patriots don't have any tight ends, right? Let's
aware
go Broncos.
Okay. Matt?
They do, but he's not very good, and Bailey Zappi is trash. Go Broncos.
Okay. Michaela?
Hopefully, this is the game that gets Bill Belichick fired. Go Broncos.
And wrap us up, Milty. Say something about how much you hate Bill Belichick.
Okay, Hunter Henry won't catch a pass. Broncos. I hate Belichick.
That's succinct.
That's a solid one. Solid one. Another really terrible game in division as well. The Las Vegas Raiders are taking their show into Kansas City, where the Chiefs are favored by 10 in this one, guys. Is that number big enough, Matt?
No.
Okay. Frank? Frank?
They may have been able to throw a beat down on the Chargers, but they're about to get wrecked by the Chiefs.
Okay. And Miss Michaela?
The power of Taylor Swift. I don't care. Fuck the Raiders.
Okay. Fuck the Raiders. And Milty?
Well, it's got to be the Chiefs. I mean, Raiders score 0 in one game and then a shitload of points in the next. They can't be trusted. Chiefs.
They cannot be trusted. The next game on the docket is another one where we're just going to talk about the spread alone. The number is 12. The Eagles are at home welcoming in the tank-led Giants with Tommy Salami as their quarterback. Matt, tell me about this game. 12.
I don't
They're
want
favored by
to.
12.
I don't want to. Fuck.
Do it.
Fuck. Go Birds.
Frank?
I think this is the loss. Tommy Cutlets gets the win.
Oh, shit. I just circled it.
There it
too.
is. There it is. There it
I
is.
just circled it too. Okay,
Got your
Michaela?
true color shining through.
Tommy DeVito is unhappy with the amount of times that people are just calling him Mr. Italian Man. So he's losing power. Go Birds.
Okay, and Milty.
Eagles by 14.
By the way, everyone else is probably right, but I just think it's funny.
Right. Yeah, the meme pick. You got to throw in a meme
Meme.
pick every now and
Yeah,
again.
absolutely. That's absolutely a meme pick. And the actual game of the week, Milty, that game looks really good on paper. I think this one's going to be better. And it is the Baltimore Ravens going on the road to San Francisco to take on the 49ers, who are at home. They are favored currently by 5.5 in this one. What a fucking great game coming up here, guys. Let's start with Matt.
Super Bowl preview. San Francisco's defense is very, very good, and their offense is outstanding. Go Niners.
Okay. And Frank?
I think the Ravens are the right team to beat the 49ers, but I don't think it happens because they need Keaton Mitchell over in Baltimore.
Okay. Michaela?
I haven't been paying enough attention this season, but I thought people were joking when I was seeing Brock Purdy MVP rumors. I like the Niners.
Yeah, Brock Purdy is actually leading a lot of the early voting in MVP, but there's two other, I don't
His
know.
teammates are on
Yeah,
that
his
list.
teammates are on that list too. Christian
Yeah.
McCaffrey and George Kittle are on that list as
Mhm.
well. Milty, wrap it up.
Okay, so you're right, Mark. This is probably the game of the week, more so than the one I said earlier. God, it's got to be the 49ers, but I don't think it's going to be by 4.5, 4, 5, whatever. I think it's going to be really close. 1 or 2 point difference.
This is a potential Super Bowl preview right here. I think this is going to be a great game. And this was a fun edition of Pew Pew Pick'em, guys. We were all over the board. We had ties. We had secondary commentary. We had lots of things going on. We had the Baker Mayfield is trash and then going with Baker Mayfield's take. We have ties and other things. So, yeah, good job. That was fun.
Awesome. And I've just received a note that we are now going to lose the voices of God. Muti and Michaela, we love you guys. Have all the fun in Vegas. And we'll see y'all here around in Southern Command in a few days.
You got it.
Win lots for me.
We're working on it.
Yeah, we'll get there. Don't worry, we're going downstairs and putting the work.
Hell yeah.
Michaela,
Get it.
me, and my Manhattan are headed downstairs.
Hell yeah.
Brilliant. Love every bit of that. Have a good night, guys.
You
You
too.
also.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Good one.
All right, that's it for Pew Pew Pick'em as we bid adieu to Muti and the Dipshit. That was a lot of fun,
That was
Mark.
fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the NBA, and I put the second on the agenda, but I think it should be first. The NBA lost a player, an outstanding big man from North Carolina. Eric Montross died at 52, surrounded by friends and family. He had cancer. All of the goons' thoughts and prayers out to the Montross family and everyone who was touched by him. Really not much else we can say about that.
Yeah. Well said.
Go with God, my friend. Go with God. Nuggets are 17-10, currently the number 4 seed in the Western Conference. I'll start with you, Mark. Should we be concerned?
I don't think so. Jamal Murray's been out for a lot of this run. And this is the time of the season where you can try new things out, get combos ready, check your depth for, I'll call it depth perception, to see how deep you can go with the guys that you have, give them some playing time, real minutes on the roster, that kind of thing. I think this has been a little bit of fuck around time for these guys, and time for Nikola to get some extra rest and that kind of thing. So I'm not terribly worried about it. I think they'll be fine.
Tank?
Well, I'll start with an update. They're 18-10 and are number 3 now.
Oh, very good. The white and the Queen Goon just texted me the same exact thing. She was quick to correct me. So,
so
I get for writing this.
Hell yeah,
yesterday.
Sarah. Shows you that she is listening.
Yeah. Well, she at least hears me.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what Mark was saying. I think with Murray, having some issues, and seemingly Jokic having some issues staying on the court a couple times recently. I think they're just kind of getting the bad crap out of the way early. And given that the fact that Minnesota and Oklahoma City are the 2 teams above them currently, I don't see that lasting through the season.
Yeah, I tend to agree here too. I think Mark brought up the injury bug. AG was out for a little bit of a stretch. Jamal had the hammy and then the ankle. Here's where I look at the Western Conference. The only team that really is of a concern to me is Oklahoma City because they're young and don't know any better. Everyone else in the Western Conference that has maybe a chance of giving the Nuggets any kind of trouble is practically a nursing home. You look at Golden State; those guys are all long in the tooth. Draymond is lost his complete and utter mind. In Phoenix, Bradley Beal can't stay on the court. He's played 5 games and left in the first quarter of his game last night with an ankle, so he's done for at least another stretch, and those injury woes continue. The Clippers, Kawhi and Paul George, or whatever, that old guys, right? And then you've got the Lakers. AD can't stay on his feet. LeBron obviously cannot carry his team through a hard series. I have no concerns at this point, and I think they will steadily climb the ranks.
Weirdly enough, I think the most dangerous team is not OKC. I think it's Sacramento.
I don't fear them at all.
I don't fear them either, but I'm saying I think they're the most dangerous with that combination of Fox and Sabonis that seem to be doing really well right now.
It's a long season, and that team goes the way that Kawhi and Paul go, and they're not going to be able to play the entire season. There's just no way.
I didn't say the Clippers.
Didn't you say the Clippers?
No. I said the Kings.
The Kings.
Sacramento.
I misheard you.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I follow you now. I can see that. Yeah,
You
I
said
can see that.
Sacramento.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, I'm not scared of the Clippers at all. I think they're going to be injured by the end of the season again.
Right.
And somebody will end up getting traded.
Probably.
Right. See ya, Bones.
Dumbasses.
Right. Bones goes bye-bye again.
Yeah, right.
Bad egg.
We may
A
have seen
team of bad
preview.
eggs.
We may have seen a preview of the Western Finals with the Dallas game. That could happen this year.
Dallas looks good.
They do. But Kyrie, the curse of Kyrie, I think is going to continue. Luka is otherworldly, right? And he showed that again the other night. But Denver was like, all right, you're going to clamp down on Joker. We'll just have everybody else score. It's the first time in a long time I think Joker didn't hit double figures in any of his stat lines. He was 9, 7, and 4 or something like that, but he just was content to let the game go around him and draw all the attention and let other people score for him. And the bench is playing really well.
I just realized there was a joke that came out, and I just caught it because I wasn't really paying attention. So somebody said something on Twitter the other night about a triple single for Joker, and I was trying to figure out what that meant. And that just when you just said that there's the triple single, that's really funny.
Right.
That's really funny.
Still less
A rare
embarrassing than
triple single.
Curry missing every single shot from 3.
Yeah. A couple of
was
streaks broken
hilarious.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Took 8 shots, missed them all. And it was
Wow.
like a 250 game streak that was broken because
That's
Curry couldn't
wild.
hit a shot. And you never think that's ever going to happen, right?
No.
And the other thing that happened the other night is Joker passed somebody to go to 141st on the list of assists. The next game, he's going to pass a couple of notables, one of which is Charles Barkley. So Joker continuing to do the thing. I did hear last week, guys, that if Joker continues the pace of triple doubles, he will catch Westbrook, who has almost 200 triple doubles. He will catch Westbrook by spring 2026 in career triple doubles. And
Jesus.
I don't think Westbrook's going to be putting too many more of those up. So that number's probably pretty static.
That's entirely possible. Yeah.
Bi-weekly reminder that the best player on the planet plays in Denver. What are we looking for them going into Christmas and beyond here, Tank?
I think we're going to see a lot of what's been happening. We're going to be getting a lot of movement of the bench players, and I think they're going to keep working that prepping for the playoffs because I think they know that that's going to happen. So as long as there's no big injuries, we should be all right.
Yep. Mark?
Yeah, they're going to protect their neck. They're going to make sure that, AG and Joker and Jamal Murray and those guys, MPJ, get their minutes, but they're not going to stretch them thin. They are a very, very deep team, and they need to find out what they're working with when they go down to, that 8 or 9 man total bench that they go to, come March and April. So this is the time where you fuck around with your 10th, 11th, and 12th man on the bench. And they're going to do a lot of that and try to keep their guys healthy and all playing and all, involved in the team process at this point, which is really nice.
Right on. So more good stuff to come all the way around is the opinion of the Goon Squad. Let's move on to the NHL and Nate McKinnon is absolutely on fire here, fellas. He was just named the first star of the week. 3 goals, 7 assists for 10 total points. He's got a 15-game point streak, which is the longest active streak in the league right now. And he's leading the league in assists with 33. Breaking news, they just lost in Chicago 3-2. So it's a little bit of bad news there, but things happen on the road. Mark, starting with you, what is this team's outlook going forward?
Nathan McKinnon is going to score in every game that they have at home. That's what he's done. He has a point streak at home as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That goes back the entire season. So I think they'll be fine. I'm still worried a lot about them, especially with what we're going to talk about here in a little bit. They need a little bit more of a defensive presence on the offensive side of the half court session. They're not deep enough with that yet. They're really feeling like they're missing. To me, it looks like they're missing their captain, and that's the player that he was the the defensive. Well, not defensive primarily, but he was a very well-rounded player, and a lot of these guys can't go both sides of the ice like that. Like McKinnon can, yeah, and there's a bunch of guys that can, but they're not near as deep on both sides of the ice as they are. And so when the scoring's not going, they can't provide the help that they need to on the defensive end to keep them in games.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree completely with that. I think defensively we're hurting big time. When we're losing games, we're losing like 6-1 in these games and 5-1 and 4-2. And so it's like we're losing defensively big time. So when the shots aren't falling, there's no consistency.
Yeah, and they've struggled a little bit at goal. To Tank's point, they are giving up a lot of points. I think, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but not having Gerard definitely has been not the greatest look for them. He does move the puck a bit. I don't like his lack of physicality, but he does provide you some offensive punch, and he can move the puck out of the defensive zone pretty well. Mark, you alluded to it. The Avs just traded Tomas Tatar. We no longer get the Tatar Makar joke anymore, which is unfortunate for us who enjoy things like that. But what do you think is going on here with the Tatar trade?
I don't know. More Derby, I guess.
Jesus.
That's what this leads to, right? Is more Derby. I mean, this is the exact causality of what you've done is you've created more room for Dermy. So maybe there's a soft spot up there for bad ice skating and terrible stick handling.
Tank?
I'm hoping they're making the move to clear up space, maybe to get some defensive presence. That's the only thing I can assume that they're doing.
Well, and you bring that up, and there is a rumor going around that the Avs, and anytime the rumor starts about the Avalanche in a trade, the entire league shivers in fear because they all know whatever the Avs want, the Avs are going to get because
Super Joe, man.
Joe Sakic is a thief. They apparently are targeting Elias Lindholm, who's a center playing for Calgary. He is currently making $4.85 million. The current Avs cap space is 4.25, so they're in shouting distance of being able to trade for him at some point. He's a very good 2C. Could definitely do some really good things on that second line behind the top guys and provide some offensive punch. Mark, do you have any thoughts?
I don't. I guess that would be a good that would be a good way to go, I guess. But more Dermy.
Tank. You're not wrong. It is going to be more Dermy, but we could see that, I guess.
I mean, it's exactly what I asked for as a player, but they
Yeah.
still need people on the other side of the ice to stand there, and they don't have enough of those.
Right. And Kale is still hurt,
Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
that I think is going to be a thing that plagues him all season long, because he's up, he's down, he's up, he's gates, he doesn't play. This sounds like one of those maybe have to have surgery and play 2 weeks later kind of a situation, or one of those play on it and we'll manage it, and then at the end of the year we'll clean everything up under the knife.
Very well could be.
All right. Anything else on the Avs, boys?
Nah, bruh.
Besides more Dermy?
Not more Dermy.
The great
Dermy.
thing about more Dermy is we get the lady with the season tickets who has Kermie the Dermy. Or
The bad thing
On
about
the
more
glass.
Dermy is we get more Dermy.
I love Dermy.
I do too,
All he-
but I don't
All
love
he does
Dermy.
is score game-winning goals.
As a goon, I love Dermy.
You're right.
As a defensive centerpiece, not so much.
Curtis McDermott is the official mascot of the Goon Squad.
He is, and I love him dearly, but I would like to have him like maybe 2 minutes a game.
Yeah,
I'm
come
getting
in,
entirely too much Dermy.
come in, knock somebody out,
Yeah.
leave. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the final bit, and it is time for Dipshit of the Week. I see Mark scrolling furiously, so we'll start with Tank. Do you have one?
No, I don't have one.
Okay, so we'll start with Tank, and then Mark will have to come up with
Oh, I
something.
thought we were going to talk about Shohei.
Yeah, I thought there was gonna. Are we done?
Oh, I
talking baseball?
didn't even put that on the agenda. You guys.
It's there.
I threw it in there.
Oh, because I closed all my. I'm using the original doc. That's what happened. Let's talk about Shohei. Mark, take it away.
Dude, what the fuck? Like,
That's a good start.
this is fucking insane. It is robbery. It is everything wrong with professional sports. It is everything wrong with any business. It is dastardly, and it is exactly why the Dodgers are the most hateable team in baseball, and that includes the Yankees right now, because the Yankees aren't as hateable as these guys are. They signed Shohei Ohtani to a contract for roughly $70 million a year for the next 10 years. $700 million. And yes, that sounds like a lot of money. And yes, it is a contract that looks like it is stuff for things that he has done and not for things that he will do, because I don't think Shohei Ohtani will be pitching every 5 days, even maybe 2 years from now. He might do it all of next year, but I think he's going to start taking a less role in that and a more active role on the offensive side. I just don't think his arm can take that kind of toll for an entire career. The big news about this, though, is the deferments. According to the way the contract language goes, he is only getting paid $2 million a year for the next 10 years. The Dodgers don't know how they're going to fucking pay him the rest of the money. Oh, $680 fucking million. But they don't have to worry about that until after the contract is expired. So not only do they only have that, but now they have all of this room to go get more players because they did it like this. This will kill many Major League Baseball franchises. I mean, the Rockies, I think, are safe because they have the fucking thing that is outside and they have the party deck, so people will go to Rockies games no matter what. But there are some teams that are doomed because of a move like this. The Major League Baseball has to step in and do something about this because it will crush. They're building to something. They're making it look like, a fun sport to watch again. They're highlighting players that are having fun. They're highlighting offensive players that they've shortened the games. They're more exciting now. This is bad for baseball. I don't care that it's a big market team. I don't care that it's easy to cover for all the major news outlets because it's in Los Angeles. This is bad for baseball. This is awful.
Tank?
They already did spend some of that saved money, actually. They just signed Tyler Glass now
I know.
for a 5-year, $135 million deal.
It's a fucking crime, man.
It is. This is somehow not illegal. Not
As
quite
a
sure
fan
how.
of a big market team, this is going to crush little guys, and that's bad for baseball.
Yeah, like you said, Colorado will survive it, but they've survived the Momfords for as long as they have. So, what can't we survive at this point? But yeah, this is gonna kill some smaller teams pretty efficiently to be
Looking
able
at
to
you, Arizona.
push that much money to the back end of the contract is absurd. And I understand, he's making $2 million off his regular contract. He's probably making 50 more off sponsors.
At least.
And it's smart for him too, because that's his retirement. That's a golden parachute if I've ever seen one. Like,
that's his fucking grandkids
no
retirement.
no matter what happens over the next 10 years, he's guaranteed $680 million at the end of this 10 years. So good for him. Terrible for everybody else, I guess.
It's so bad for baseball.
This speaks to everything that I rail about on an annual basis about how baseball is run and how the big market teams continually find ways to continue to be big market teams and squeeze everybody else out. We talked earlier about parity in the NFL. This is why the NFL is king, because you cannot have all of the talent on a team for very long, and you have to eventually pay people, and the hard cap demands that you cannot pay those people all of the time, and they have to go someplace else. I can't express enough how disappointed I am in baseball as someone who actually happens to like baseball, the game itself. Major League Baseball is a travesty right now for have it even be possible that this could be a thing. There's no reason why any of this should be allowed. It is technically within the rules, and I guess we're going to have some sort of Bobby Bonilla clause and we're going to have, as soon as Bobby's contract is up, we're going to have Shohei Day for the next 32 years. If we're still doing this podcast.
We're still doing this podcast in 2035. I'm going to be a happy man.
Right. And
hi, girls.
You can say hi.
I'm sorry of the show. I'm the star of the show.
Give us a chance.
Tell them who you talked to, girls. I heard you yelling.
Santa Claus.
Who's Santa Claus?
I talked to Santa Claus today.
You did?
Did.
Nice. What did he say?
I did too.
What did Santa say?
I can't remember.
Did he tell you were good?
Yeah.
Or we called him.
That's awesome. You all ready for Christmas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Me too. I got you something really good.
I'm gonna be happy.
You're gonna be happy.
Careful. There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
See, sweetheart, did you talk to Santa too?
Yeah.
What did he say?
We just need to
Do you need to stay being good until after Christmas?
no, we just need to stay being good all the year.
All year.
That's a good idea, though.
that is a very good idea. I fully support this.
So are you on the naughty list or the nice list?
I don't know. I didn't ask him. I don't think that he'll tell that.
Well, I guess you just have to wait until Christmas morning.
Look at this tiny little Elsa.
Who was that for?
I got it. It was in my advent calendar. Look how small it is. Gonzo for scale.
Huh?
I said it's Gonzo for scale. You can see how big it is because it's very nice.
Cool. Where is Santa Claus?
Ho ho! Where is Santa Claus?
That's what she keeps calling you.
Yeah, I know. That's my name. It's
Are
a
you
song.
all set for Christmas?
I didn't finish my Christmas sweater.
Okay, well, you finished your Christmas sweater. And then, did your teachers like your cookies that you made them last week?
Yes.
Did you save any?
Yeah, we have plenty.
Pay no attention to the man behind the door. Let's go.
Love you.
Okay. All right, Mommy says it's time to go to bed. Love you.
Wait, I have one thing I need to say.
Say, go, say. You don't have to do that. You can just talk.
Sorry about that. Don't cut this out of the
The
video.
microphone is here. I love you.
We never do.
Sweet dreams. Close the door.
I want to eat cookies for breakfast.
Oh, close the door.
Okay, eat cookies for breakfast.
That
Love
sounds
you.
delicious.
I also fully support that.
Yeah, I'm 100% with that.
Tank, are they on winter break yet, or does it start next week?
Yeah, they started this week.
Okay. It explains the late bedtime.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. They've been up all night.
Simply brilliant.
All right. Well, you have.
All right. Good times.
Yep, good time.
All right, that's the goodest place as any to quit talking about bullshit. Let's move on to, unless there's something else on the agenda that I missed, because I cleared my cache, I can't get into the Google Drive.
No, that was it.
All right, good. Let's move on to dipshit of the week. And Mark, you said you had one?
No, I did not have one.
Oh, that's right. Tank, we'll start with you.
But
I mean,
leave it alone.
there's several this week, but I think I'm going to go with Rashard Mendenhall's hot take on the race war for football. That was pretty fun. That was decided that we should separate the Pro Bowl into a white team and a black team, apparently excluding everyone that is not white or black, and then have them play against each other because the black players run the NFL. And I was like, all right, dude. It's a hard line take.
Yeah. But also, why would you do that? Because by percentages, then you have to have it 50-50, and you lose the actual representation. Like, the numbers game doesn't work. You actually lose black people in the Pro Bowl if you do it like that. Because you actually have to field 11 white guys at the Pro Bowl. I don't think the NFL can do that right now.
And it does cause some interesting skews for positions. You know, like there's only one white cornerback in the league currently, and he's a special teams player for Denver.
Right.
And there's 0 black kickers in the league, punter or kicker. So you might have some weird things happen when it comes to making a roster there. But
it sounds like an awful game.
The best response I saw, I think I saw it on TikTok, and I can't remember who it was, but it was an analyst who's got some notoriety. He went through and actually named an entire white roster of current players that are playing right now, and he did a pretty good job. And he's like, oh yeah, then you've got Hutch on one side, and you can put TJ Watt, and you've got Joey Bosa, and then he did the whole thing and went all around. Then he got to cornerback. He's like, cornerback, all right, you've got me there, but
yeah, it's Riley Moss, and that's the end of the sentence.
It's like, you know what? We're just going to have Thielen play corner.
That's what you're going to have to convert receivers to corner. There's no way you can't.
Right. That's the only way you can do it, right? Okay. That's a good one. Mark, you have one yet, or you want me to go?
No, go ahead. I'm done.
Mine isn't this week, but and I alluded to it earlier. My dipshit is Draymond Green for his spinning back fist against Yusuf Nurkic, and then try to play it off like, I was just trying to. Bro, you clocked him. Okay, let's just call it like it is. And the days of calling Draymond the heart and soul of the Golden State Warriors are over. This man is clearly declining in his skill set, stomping on people, punching people. Just get him out of the game. He's got no business playing basketball at this point, and has been suspended indefinitely. And to that, I applaud Adam Silver in the NBA. Draymond Green, you are my dipshit.
Yeah, looking like fucking.
You're on this.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, looking like Bill Laimbeer in the mid '80s. Out there punching motherfuckers in the face.
Well, I think the difference was in the mid 80s, that's what they did, right? I mean, it's a much different game.
And also, not all of these games were televised in HD in the 80s.
Yeah.
No.
and a lot of them weren't even televised,
Right.
So it was easier to get away with a lot with all that exposure,
Mm-hmm. All right, Mark, you're on the spot.
I am going to say that my dipshit of the week is I don't have one. I really don't. I don't know. There's some stuff that's bad with things. But now nothing's coming up on my time.
Well, I think you nailed yours already. Major League Baseball as a
sport. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Just go with the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah,
otherwise we're gonna sit here and stare at you for 5 minutes while you scroll.
Yeah, I'm just like you've lost my interest. I'm just doom scrolling normally.
I think your rant against Major League Baseball was a good dipshit of the week.
Yep.
They got to do something. It's gonna kill somebody.
Mm-hmm. All right, thanks, fellas. Moving on to the last time for final thoughts. Talk about the things, pimp the stuff. Tank, take it away.
I hope the Broncos win. I'm really in doubts of their playoffs hopes, unfortunately, at this point, but I'm still hoping for a win. You can catch us on the 27th for our Doctor Who special on NTK. Yeah, find me at Knox Nostalgic Collectibles or Tank Knox on all the socials. There you go.
Mark?
Yeah, the Doctor Who thing next week on Wednesday is going to be a lot of fun. We're just going to go nuts on just Doctor Who stuff. So looking forward to that with the Duchess on NTK. Want to make sure that I take a moment to wish you guys all the happiest stuff that comes up. Whatever it is you celebrate out there, do it right, do it well, be safe, and come back to us alive. And we'll do it again, man. And I don't think we'll be back. No, we'll do a short cast next week, but this is our last full cast of the year. So thanks everyone for joining us and listening and supporting, and turn us on to some friends. And you guys have some happy holidays, whatever it is you celebrate, and enjoy yourselves.
Well said. Well said. Make sure, one, I want to echo that. Make sure you celebrate well. And I hope all of you are surrounded by friends, family, and love over the next 10 days or so. Do it safely. I know that most of the Goon Squad's going to gather here on Christmas Day. We're going to have a great time. Looking forward to that.
I'm going to see the whole Goon Squad on Christmas Day.
Yeah, that's right. You're double dutying.
That's right. I got a road show.
Nice. Good for you, man. Good for you. Also, echoing what Tank said, looking forward to a Broncos win this week. I'm a little bit more bullish on their playoff hopes because I think the schedule lays out in a way where they could actually catch some folks, and they've got some tiebreakers in places where they could use them. Make sure you check us out on all of the social channels. You can find My Brother's an Idiot on Twitch and Twitter at The Idiot Goons. You can find us on Facebook under My Brother's an Idiot. Just search for that. Look for the black logo. We'll get you in. You can also find My Brother's an Idiot on YouTube, and hopefully you're watching us there. If not, you should be. Mark's Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok are at Poffle Time. My Twitch and Twitter are not at Sandy Dog, are at Poffleupicus. And you can find me on TikTok at King Goon Smoke. There will be footage of the smoked prime rib. I can guarantee you this. Looking forward to it. It's already here. 8-pounder, no bones. 8-pounder, no bones.
I get prime rib twice on Christmas Day. I am so fucking excited. I am so fucking excited.
Yeah, Dad bought a 20-pound prime today.
Nice.
So excited.
Absolutely brilliant. For the now absent Moti and MJ, we love you both. Thank you for joining us. We all do want to send a shout out and happy of holidays to our favorite Bronco of all time, Gene Mingo. I hope you celebrate well.
Mingo!
We couldn't shoehorn that one in anywhere.
No. Not even, no.
Right. For Tank and the Donde Esta Santa Claus, I am the King Goon. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been My Brother's an Idiot. We'll catch you next time. See ya. Bruh.
¿Dónde está Santa?